Oh my gosh, what am I going to do without you? Yes, I have something I'll give to you at the end of class. Jayla, read that first headline. That gentleman's name is, listen up, Netanyahu.
Netanyahu says hell.
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu says hell.
He'll. Like he will. Relax.
He'll be a partner for peace.
Okay. Mr. Netanyahu is the one-time and again Prime Minister of Israel. And he's coming into office, and he is coming in waving in olive branches, which is a good thing. What he's saying is, you know, he wants to work for peace. You know, we all know what a volatile area the Middle East is. And Israel, you know, is just this island in this sea of violence. Excuse me, just one moment. Yeah, go. You can? Okay. Do you have your headline? Oh, wait a fact, you got a pencil. Okay. All right. Anyway, he's coming in, and he's not threatening. He's not making all these, you know, he's not griping about the things that were going on in the Gaza Strip a few months ago. He's coming in saying the right things. You know, and hopefully things will work out there. When we get to that. Please read the second one.
And as Penn State keeps on...
Well, you guys know how I feel about Penn State. And it tickles me that they're always in the cellar. But here, they've got a pretty good team this year. They won, I think, their 25th game last night.
What, basketball?
Yes. They're in the National Invitation Tournament. Yes, sir. Yes. That's what's up there. No, but you know what? Listen, the way they're playing in there, they might have been an NCAA team, and we'll never know.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
But at least they're still in a tournament.
All right. Well. Okay.
One more time.
All right. Listen, guys. I want to get back on what we were doing yesterday with our study guides. Are there any questions or comments before we start about today's headlines?
Why are Penn State in
Page number 4.
Why is Penn State what?
Why aren't they in NCAA?
They just didn't get an invitation. I don't know what to say.
They beat half the teams in the regular season that were terrible at loss for the conference.
That's what they're told.
But they're in the NIT. Texas made it to the NCAA tournament.
Come on, pass these out, please. Guys, I need to take a 1 second. All right, guys. I'm not going to go over again. The whole story about how Remus and Romulus got into the history of the founding of Rome. I'm not going to do that again because it's long, it's involved. And what I asked you to do on your study guide was to rephrase that story in your own words. Okay? I want you to rewrite it in your own words, put it in a slot there on your study guide. If you need room, go on the back. Now what I would like you to do, somebody tell me what that second question is on the study guide.
What actual resources were available in the area settled by the Latins, and what was the climate like?
Okay, what did I tell you yesterday? What's Italy like? What U.S. state?
New York?
No, West Coast. West Coast. Starts with a C, ends with an A.
California.
California.
You said West Coast. I thought you already
I thought we were going to get into a rap thing. Left coast, west coast, right coast, no. All right, well anyway, yes, Italy, listen up guys, Italy is very much like California, okay? Moderate temperatures, excellent soil, they can grow a variety of crops, and they raise a lot of farm animals, a lot of different farm animals. They were pretty diversified, okay? So that's the answer to number 2 there, okay? I don't have one, Jalen. You're going to have to write this down.
All right.
No. Then you got to switch those. You got to switch those.
Also, I put this one in there, and then I put California.
No, kiddo, look here. This is number 3, actually. This is number 3. See, where do they live? You have half of Italy, northern half of Italy.
Yes.
Exactly.
So California's 2?
Yes. Well, I don't have a sheet anymore, so you guys got me over a barrel here. Number 3. Go ahead and read that to me. Read it, Jalen.
Where did the
Etruscans.
Etruscans live in Israel?
Brian, answer that one. You already have it. I saw it.
Northern half of Italy.
The Etruscans lived in the northern half of Italy. Okay. Kaylee, can you read number 4, please? Etruscans.
Etruscan iron weapons and gold. What is the significance about the use of iron as a weapon?
Okay. Can you answer that? Number 4, what is significant about the fact that the Etruscans used iron weapons and tools? What's significant about iron? What's so significant about iron? Remember, the other people are using brass, copper. Let's say that another way. It's stronger. It's stronger. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's that. That's the advantage. That's one of the advantages that they had. But, Kwani, I'm going to use yours if you're not going to do one, because I need to read one. Okay. Number 5. Where did the Etruscans learn a lot of their combat tactics, like the phalanx that they used? Who did they pick that up from? Who did we take a test on last week? Don't say PSSAs. Come on, guys. Begins with a G.
Greek city-states.
Praise you. Yes, indeed. All right. They got a lot of their stuff from the Greeks. Now, here's the thing. It's going to be like a domino effect. They got stuff from the Greeks. Romans are going to get stuff from the Etruscans, and that's the direction we're going with this. Okay? All right. What were the Etruscan soldiers' shoes like? We talked about that. That was that special edge that they had. Juwan?
They had shoes. Like Alexander's men had shoes.
Remember, most of the soldiers in those days fought either barefoot or with sandals. But the Etruscan soldiers had what kind of footwear that gave them an edge? They had hard leather shoes that were good. They gave them good what? Footing. Okay? All right. So it's their shoes. There's number 6, guys. Or no, that's number 5. Number 6 is, what was life like for the Etruscan women? Remember we talked about that. Remember we talked about how music played a big part in their religion.
They stayed home.
No, they didn't stay home. That's the whole key. Those were the Greek ladies. Remember we said that the Etruscan women had it all over the Greek ladies because they were able to go out and attend the concerts and things like that. 5 indeed was shoes. They had special shoes that gave a good footing, right?
The 5 was real shoes.
So what was one of the things? Listen up, guys. What was one of the things that was a real advantage for the Etruscan ladies? And it was the same advantage that we discussed about the Spartan ladies. They were able to what?
Freedom.
That's too big an answer. We're going to get a little more specific. They were able to. They could go outside. Yeah, I'm pointing at those houses though.
Oh, they could. They were able to have houses.
They were able to own property. Very good. Very good. All right. Now, number 7. I'm going to just explode if you guys don't know this because we go over this all the time. Yeah, it'll get everywhere. It'll be bad. So what are the classes? What are the classes?
Craftsmen, merchants.
That's the what class?
And merchants the middle.
What's the upper class?
Kings and like
Royalty.
You know what?
Like kind of rich.
Oh yeah, wealthier.
It's the
And then next is the merchants.
Right, your average working Joes,
And the
right?
bottom is the slaves.
Slaves are always bringing up the rear. Absolutely. Okay. All right, then. Flip that over, guys.
I forget which one's in the middle.
Merchants.
Well, merchants is just an example, guys. I don't want you to put all your eggs in one basket there. There were a lot of other jobs that they had. They weren't just merchants, you know. Just your average people. The middle class was your average people. Remember, it was the rich and then all the rest of the Etruscans. And then you had your slaves.
There's slaves and the middle ones just merchants.
Yeah, that'll
Highest is royalty.
the rich, the wealthy.
The smallest is mine.
What?
Cody, how you doing on that test, kid? You all right? All right, let's flip our paper over. Number 8. Read that, Brian.
Why did the Etruscans build their temples and cities facing east?
Well, that's a good question. I'll tell you what. The Etruscans believed that the earth and all of us was the center of the universe. Is that true? Okay. So they felt that way. They didn't know any better. And they also believed that the rest of the universe was divided up into like sectors or provinces. Maybe the netherworld was over here in the west, or whatever. But the point is, very godlike people, very religious, they believed that their gods lived in the east. So that's why they built their temples and their cities facing their gods. Okay? Any questions?
Wait, can you repeat the what answer?
They believed that the gods lived in the east.
Thank you, Brian. Girls, what's happening over here? You guys all squared away? I don't mean to ignore you. In fact, I'm going to hang out over here for a moment. Is that okay?
Oh, but I feel lonely then.
So you can get Jimmy with us?
Yeah, I said that.
All right, number 9. Remember I told you that these people were very, very superstitious. They didn't understand a lot of stuff. They didn't have the scientific knowledge or the know-how that we have today. So stuff like thunder and lightning, you know, volcanic activity, just the forces of nature really mystified them and they frightened them. You know, and they were always looking for answers. And plus, they were really, really worried about offending the gods. They didn't want to do that. They wanted to live their lives that would make them pleasing in the eyes of their gods. So before they did anything, they would go visit a guy named Soothsayer. Soothsayer.
Aren't they
Number
the
9.
fortune teller thing?
That's exactly what it is, Juwan. Outstanding. Expand on that a little bit. What's a fortune teller tell you?
They tell you the future.
They do, but how do they do that?
They try.
They fill your heart.
Hold on. Go ahead, Juwan. Say it again, please.
They like do all this stuff with your head. They tell you to relax and stuff. They fill your head. They look at your palms and stuff.
Okay, they're reading your palm, right? He's on to something here, because here's what the soothsayers would do.
Oh, Soothsayer.
You're scared. You're both scared.
The suits.
Maybe you're scared.
Put his
Maybe
head out
later.
like this.
Maybe later. But listen up. Listen up. What the soothsayers would read was like they'd sacrifice an animal, and they'd pull out the liver. Were you getting this, kid?
What is the omen? The omen.
Hold on, we'll get to that. They'd read the liver. Now, don't ask me how. I don't read livers. I eat them, and I like them with onions. But nonetheless, something about the liver would indicate whether this was a good time or bad time. They never did anything. They didn't go to war. They didn't build houses. They didn't build a city. Anything they wanted to do, they wanted to find out, is this the right time? Is this the right thing? Are we doing the right thing? Okay? So they would go see a soothsayer. Now, we've been through that. The soothsayer reads into signs. So, what do you think, like, what would an omen be then?
Tell you the bad things?
It could. It could. What else? The omen might what? It might be that.
Prediction?
It might be the sign they're looking for. You know, just like when Remus and Romulus went up on those hills, and they were waiting for a sign from God, from the gods, and those 12 vultures flew over. That's an omen. That's a sign.
The omen is good.
Okay?
A sign from the Soothsayer?
Well, yes, but also, they really like to think it was a sign from the gods. Because, you know, soothsayer is just a man. He's a connection to God, but to the gods. But the gods themselves, if they say it, or if you think they said it, that's,
The omen was good.
well, that's 20th century stuff. All right, now, yes, sir. Fill out your book,
We
please.
gotta go to the bathroom.
Cody. All right, everybody stand fast. Hold on. Yes, sir. Are you done?
Kill the brother.
Yeah, but you gotta hurry up. You guys have your stuff with you, pal. Okay. All right, let's get back on track, guys. Jalen, thank you. Thank you for all that. All right, we're on number 10 now. That's going to lead us into our slides. That word is what? Begins with a C. Number 1. Would you read that, please? Read number 10.
What is the
Catacomb, very well done. And
why are they so important in helping us understand what
Etruscan.
life was like?
okay, number 10. What is a catacomb? Does anyone know? Catacomb. No. You know what? You're sort of on a track, but no. Catacomb. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Wait till I get Rick out of here, because he's going to be in the way. It's not personal. Ah, see, I told you. All right. All right. All right. Now, can everybody see this? I'm going to turn the light out, and if anybody has an issue with that, like anybody that might be holding the camera or anything trying to film this whole activity, please let me know. Okay? Yes, my dear. There are artifacts in a catacomb. You guys are going in the right direction. I like this. And here go the lights, folks. Right. What do we have here? Hands, please. Tyler.
It looks like a trail.
That trail, okay. What do you think it is, Brian?
Like a trail in the forest.
A trail in the forest. Okay? That's what everybody thinks it is. It is not. Well, okay, look. What happened here? Sarah, come back in and do that. Okay.
No, he just walks on the ground and he jiggles.
I know. All right. What's this word here? P-O-L-I-S. Where have we seen that before?
Paulus.
Acropolis. But Paulus, yeah. What is it? What is a Paulus?
That one king guy god thing there.
No. Think about Greek.
Oh, there, it's cool.
Listen up. Think about Greek city-states.
Oh,
It's a
Paulus is, say it, Greek.
the last god.
No, you're close. Come back to you.
Children, please.
Ryan, say it. Come on, pal. I know you know it. When I tell you guys, you're going to flip on.
Come on, child.
Paulus.
I will.
Four-letter word starts with a C.
Hair.
Solace.
It's a C. It's a C.
Paulus.
Paulus.
I
Yeah.
feel stupid.
Wait.
You know, no. Listen, guys, don't feel stupid. What you need to do is feel confident and say this stuff. You know what? There's no. The answer might not be right, but that doesn't make you wrong. Have confidence. Go with it. Go with it.
Is this still a city?
Yes, this is City of the Dead. This is an Etruscan necropolis. These are actually catacombs.
That looks
Etruscan.
like blended paper. If you do it
Like,
again.
it looks like
Yeah,
a
it looks like a little iguana and stuff like little.
like a house.
Children,
Like a little house.
Alrighty then.
All right.
Anyway, listen up, guys, please.
Children.
The Etruscans believed that the afterlife was longer. I can't help but say duh when I hear that, because it is. We're dead a lot longer than we're alive. But the afterlife is a lot longer than life. And in that sense, they wanted to be comfortable in the afterlife. So they carved these catacombs out of solid rock. And they were laid out. They had furniture in them, art, treasures, and a lot of the stuff we know.
Like a dead body and they're just
Child, please. Hush.
No, she's exactly right. She's exactly right. They put a couch in there. They put a couch in there and laid the body on the couch. Now, some of the wealthier ones actually, and here I'm going to show you a picture of one, but hold on. Bree, that was excellent. That was very good. That's exactly what it was. They went home. They went home to be dead. This was their home after life. Okay? And a lot of what we know about the Etruscans comes from what we found inside these tombs. Okay?
Children.
So that's not just a path through the woods. All right. I wish you could see these faces a little better. These two, so man and wife, is a couple, obviously wealthy Etruscan couple. They're actually smiling. They're actually smiling like they know some secret or something. Okay. Oh, you know what? I passed something out to you. I'm getting a little off track here. I start thinking. I'm kind of wondering what these people were thinking about. So anyway, we're working on the sheet that I'm handing out right now. Go right to that. You're all alone in the road here. The answer to number 10 is, what's the question? Oh, catacomb. It's a tomb. It's a tomb. And all the things that were in there, that's how we found out about the Etruscans. Okay? Here we go. Back on task, guys. Now, going to our vocabulary list here. Very first word is fasces. Fasces. You remember the other day we were watching that film about Vesuvius and Pompeii being wiped out, and Mr. Kelly talked about Mussolini. Jalen, come on, get with me. Mr. Kelly talked about Benito Mussolini and how he was a fascist. And he talked about fascism. Well, that's where that term, which is the term, you're killing me.
Little boy.
All right. This is a facet. And this was a symbol of Etruscan authority. Etruscan authority. The Romans adopted it.
This is the definition.
Yes, it's a symbol of authority. Now, not a lot of people had these. And I'm going to liken them to, a sheriff in the Old West. Because if a guy came around and he had one of these, and there was a need to.
Oh, that's the definition right there?
Yes, child.
No.
Yeah, it is true. Listen, just put down as a symbol. Listen. Just put down as a symbol of authority. It's a symbol of authority. Okay. Do you understand that? Are you cool with that? Okay. Well, if the guy came around and he had one of these, he could beat you, arrest you, and if need be, kill you. So I'm thinking he's like an old-time sheriff.
He's not only a bunch of children.
But that's what it is. It's a symbol of authority. It's a legal symbol of authority. And one other thing, I want to throw this in right now. Get a little ahead of myself, but I want to say this before I forget. The Romans didn't write down their laws. So if you went to court, you had to hope that you got a judge who knew what he was doing, had a good heart, a good mind, used common sense, or remembered. Because it was not written down. Okay, the second one is soothsayers. The second one is soothsayers. You all know what that is. What's a soothsayer? Miss Lawrence, go ahead. Fortune tellers. Fortune tellers. Jalen French.
She keeps talking.
Bree.
I didn't even say nothing.
Both of you.
I didn't hear nothing.
I have it on. I have it
All
on
right, now
tape.
listen, Mundus, the third one, Mundus. Here's what a Mundus is. Tarek and I decided we're going to build a city. So I'm kind of old, my back's bothering me, so I sent Tarek out there with a pick and a shovel, and I say, look, figure out how big you want it to be, and dig a trench all the way around.